Welcome back to Mindset Mastery Podcast, guys. Today I'm here with Connor Johnson, my boy. We've known him for like 10 years.
10 years now, crazy.
So, met him back in 4th grade. But today we're going to talk about fitness, and we're going to just go into a variety of topics relating to fitness, how we know each other, some social media stuff, and then we're going to answer a couple questions that you guys actually sent in to me through my Instagram. And we just went live. We also got a couple different questions from there. So, yeah, go follow him. His
ConnorJ_fit on Instagram.
He's trying to
follow.
Yeah, he's trying to start posting more consistently on there and grow that fitness account, just because it's something he's passionate about. And we'll go into that more later. But first things first, I kind of just want you to give us a little bit of an overview of how you got into fitness and how you started lifting, your history with like sports and things like that, and how that relates to what you're doing now. So just give us a little bit of a backstory.
So I was always a basketball player growing up. Like all throughout high school I played. So during the basketball years, like never really had time to lift. Like we would take Ranger Power class with Tupper, but like that wasn't like a real lifting class. Like it was just goofy, bro. But anyways, like after basketball season, senior year was when I really got like into it, and he was like a big inspiration for me. Because after basketball, like that's when I had like a lot of time, a lot of free time on my hands. I could go after school during the summer, basically like 2 hours a day.
So what year did you actually start lifting, like at the Y?
I'd say I started like consistently lifting was when did we graduated 2022, like early, like April, March 2022.
So senior year of high school.
Senior year of high school, like towards the end is when I really like started the grind.
So for reference, we're 19 now. You're 19, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
20 in October.
We're 19, almost turning 20. And you didn't get into lifting till, what, 17, 18?
It was 18, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. So you had like just turned 18, you're getting into lifting.
Just turned 18, a couple months later.
And you've already gotten a lot of progress. So he kind of had similar genetics to me, I would say. Like he's a little bit taller, but you had kind of like a decent build already.
Yeah, I had like lifted like on and off. Like it was like light weights, and it was like in my basement, like 25-pound dumbbells. Like nothing real. But
so you're a pretty good basketball player. You decided to stop playing basketball after high school. You were a starter senior year, state champs, right?
State champs, 28-1.
So this guy's an athlete, and I think that always translates pretty well to the gym, just because you already have that kind of mindset of like just being a grinder and working hard. And I think lifting is honestly almost easier than sports. Like even if you train intensely, it still feels easier because it's just like so fun, and it's just not as like grueling as some practices.
It's not as grueling. It's like you control like your own pace. Like you're not told like what to do all the time. Like you control like what you do in the gym.
Yeah, most of the time, unless you're getting like an actual bodybuilding coach or a personal trainer or like an online coach or something like that, you are pretty much your own coach for bodybuilding.
I'd say this guy was a little bit of my personal trainer.
A little bit.
In the day.
Just like giving advice or
giving
just like
advice.
When you were getting into it.
Hella advice from this
I was just trying to like encourage him to keep going and like be more consistent, and then eventually he kind of just fell in love with it himself, and that's kind of what's happened with like a lot of my friends. I just kind of go work out with them once and they're like, oh, I don't really know if I like it, and then they start to be more consistent. And then a lot of guys like you went out to college and you stayed consistent the entire year, which a lot of people don't do. So he's had pretty crazy gains in...
I've gained 30 pounds.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Just about a year.
And
I was
that's like
155 coming out of basketball season. Now I'm 185.
And a lot of it's muscle. A lot of it's also just like fullness in your muscles. You probably gained like a little bit of body fat.
I was looking a skinny little bitch during basketball season.
So you had like some muscle definition, but now you have like a lot. You have like cap delts. Your upper chest is like a lot bigger. Yeah. Just your legs you need to bring up. But
I gotta get my legs. legs.
We gotta get him on that like 3 days a week leg play.
Yeah, I need that.
So you said you gained 30 pounds since you started lifting?
30 pounds. 155, like, when we won state, 155.
Dang.
And then...
So you were lighter than me.
Yeah, I was
That's
a
crazy.
skinny little bitch, bro.
So what are you, 6'1"?
I'm 6'1", 185 right now.
Okay.
Currently. I'm trying to get to 190 by end of summer. But
probably easily get there.
Yeah,
I mean, your metabolism is crazy, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like me, in a sense. Like, you just kind of have, like, had the same, like, results. Like, your newbie gains were insane. Because you were, like, tail end of puberty when you started lifting.
Yeah.
And then you start lifting, your test is already high, and then you just start blowing up. Because you went from being just, like, a little bit toned and like,
I was
having
definitely
abs.
toned.
Like, you were
I've
ripped.
had abs, like, my whole life. Like, I'm just blessed with
You were
abs
just
genetics.
lean.
But, yeah.
So
I
you
definitely
were...
put on.
You were super lean. You had abs. You were like decently toned when you started going to the gym, and then you came back from college, and I was like, bro, this kid literally blew up. Like, I was like, the gains were crazy.
Consistency is key in the gym.
Yeah. So what were you doing over school? Were you doing 5 or 6 days a week?
Over school, I would do 6 days a week, Sunday rest day. I mean, I definitely skipped legs a couple times when I.
Bro's on push pull, push pull, push pull.
Push pull, push
rest.
pull, push pull, rest. Yeah.
Dang.
But recently, I have been keeping up with my legs. Like, they've gotten better.
Honestly, also you have you have good enough genetics to where you didn't have to hit them for that long, and you didn't really lose size. Like, they probably stayed about what they were.
Yeah.
You're not that disproportionate.
Plus, like, basketball, like, I'm always using my legs.
You have good calves too. Like, you have pretty good like leg genetics. But yeah, I think like training legs is fun once you get into it. Like,
Low-key, like, I've been consistent the past like 2 months probably, and legs is low-key like it's growing on me.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm starting to like it more.
Yeah. One thing that I also wanted to go into was like your supplements. Do you take any sort of like?
I do not take pre-workout on a daily basis. I usually take pre-workout when I'm like maxing on bench or whatever, but I take creatine, D3, fish oil, and I'm starting on ashwagandha. I want to see how that goes.
And Tren, right?
Yeah, and Tren, obviously, and SARMs and everything.
No, we're just kidding. That's all satire. This is gonna get clipped. You're literally screwed.
Yeah, take it from me, bro. I'm on Tren. Like,
so yeah, I do D3 fish oil. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on my channel called Will Bergman Track. I don't know if I've talked about that a lot on here, but that's my track and field YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a video on that sometime of like all the supplements I take, which is actually a lot more than people would think. Just like a bunch of health supplement.
Real smooth.
Oh yeah, today I'm on like a nootropic stack. So I have Gorilla Mind Shroom, which is just like a blend of like mushroom extracts. This is all like natural. This is not like Rick drugs or anything like that. It's all from Gorilla Mind. So I have like Gorilla Shroom, which you can go check that out on the website. Gorilla Smooth, which is just like another cognitive enhancing nootropic. And then we have the Gorilla Mind Energy right here, Lychee Balm.
Lychee Balm.
Connor got to...
I'd give it a solid 9.1 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, you rated Tequila Sunrise what, like an 8?
8.3, something like that. This is fire.
Yeah.
I don't drink pre-workouts, but this energy drink is fire.
So he chose between like strawberry, tiger's blood, and Lychee Balm.
Strawberry candy, tiger's blood, and Lychee Balm, and we chose Lychee Balm, and I don't regret it at all.
So, and I didn't tell him to say that either. Like he literally took a sip out of it. He was like, "That is fucking insane."
Yeah,
I was like, insane. But there should be a couple new flavors coming out this month. I don't want to leak too much because I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not allowed to say, but there should be at least 1 to 2. No,
color?
No.
Right.
Well, it's already been leaked, but whatever.
Right.
There's at least 1 flavor coming out later this month, and then a couple new products from Gorilla. So stay tuned for that. But all my gym supplements are from Gorilla.
Code Berg.
Hey, Code Berg. 10% off. But little plug there. But yeah, we just always sip on these anytime in the pod. Anybody who wants to come on the pod, if I know you and you have something like interesting to talk about or something big that you're doing with your life, then hit me up and you get to try one of these. Come have a great conversation. That's pretty much what we're doing today. So do you want to go into anything else before we start going into like a couple of these questions, or?
I think we're good.
Okay. So that was a little backstory on Connor. Like I said, we've known each other for like 10 years, and I'm super glad he's gotten into the gym. Would you say that's helped like your mental health
it's
also?
100% helped my mental. Like going into, I would say, like all throughout high school and like going into freshman year, I was a little bit insecure. But like going to the gym just like boosts your confidence like through the roof.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
And it definitely boosts your ego. Like it definitely makes your ego bigger.
Yeah,
but sometimes that can be a bad thing. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Like we butt heads all the time. Like me, him, and Ethan, who's like one of our other boys.
Yeah, we always be clashing in our.
We just like have like stupid arguments all the time because we're just super competitive. Because we're all super.
It's out of love. It's all out of love.
Yeah, super into lifting, but Anyway, we've definitely, I mean, me and you both, like, we've definitely gained confidence from lifting. I know I have. And that's why I started lifting, like, I don't know, when I was, like, 14, 15. But, I definitely think it's made you, like, more secure, and you also are
you feel
a little
like
bit
better
more...
about yourself. Like,
it also allows you, I feel like, to be more vulnerable. Because I think before you were kind of, like, trying to be, like, cool in a sense.
Yeah, you try.
Like when you first moved back to Colorado, you were like trying to be cool, but at the same time you could kind of tell that you had like a little bit of insecurity, and that's how I've been in the past.
Yeah.
But then once you are like more confident in yourself, it's just like the way you look,
natural,
the way you feel.
You just carry yourself like better.
Yeah, you know you're working towards something. So I've definitely noticed that. And then I'm sure that was also like helpful at college in terms of like social, like the social aspect. You could meet people at the gym.
Yeah, bunch of gym bros.
You're obviously just like more. If
Shout
you have
out,
more confidence.
Shout out to Colorado's, bro. That's my boy.
That's your Boise boy?
That's my gym bro.
Alright, bet. But yeah, we have a couple questions that I got from Instagram, so we're gonna go into those, and then we'll just see where the conversation takes us. So, first one we got from Gab Fletch. She said cold showers and ice baths. So I basically just said anything you guys want our opinions on. I don't think we've talked about this in depth. Maybe like once or twice.
Love cold showers.
So why do you do cold showers? Because I think they're beneficial, like just based on the research I've seen. But I personally don't do them just because I like being in a warm shower.
I take cold showers. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm. Taking cold showers every morning before I lift. To just like it just stimulates like. You just get stimulate your muscles, like I just feel like more awake afterwards, like.
So you don't know all the technical like science.
I don't know all the technical stuff. I just feel like good when I come off a cold shower.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a struggle like while you're in it, but like if you can get past like a 5-minute struggle to begin your day, like that starts you off like right.
Okay, so say you didn't take a cold shower for like 5 days straight, like you're just getting in like a normal warm shower in the morning, and then you go throughout your day.
I feel more tired.
What would that be like compared to? So say you do that for 5 days, and then like on the 6th day, you get in a cold shower for 5 minutes, and then like what would be the differences that you actually notice? Because a lot of it,
I just feel more fresh, like more awake.
A lot of it is anecdotal. Like you don't always need to like research and studies are definitely important, but a lot of the time they're so subjective to like what that person actually is like, and everybody has different reactions. Like I did it for like 28 days straight or something like a year ago. I think it was last summer, but I did almost a full month straight, and I really didn't notice like that much of a difference personally. And I know there is like research to back that it does improve, like it spikes your cortisol as early as possible in the day, which is really good because then it's as low as possible by the time you go to sleep. So you just have more alertness, more awake. It releases dopamine, things like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it 6 out of 7 days a week. Sunday a rest day. Probably take a warm shower Sunday morning so that I can like restart and refill it. Because if you do it I feel like if you do it for 28 days straight, like it's gonna like the effects are gonna wear off. Yeah, like, it's not gonna be as like powerful.
Because it's just like taking like caffeine for 28 days straight. Like you build up a tolerance to it. So when you started doing that, did you have a regimen to like start implementing it slowly? Like did you do like 30 seconds and then like switch?
No, yeah, I did start implementing slowly. Like every shower, I would make it cold, but I wouldn't make it the coldest. Just like the first time, like I'd make it semi-cold, just to like warm up, and then every shower like slowly like turn it.
That's what I would do.
But at the end, like right before I'd get out, I'd move it straight to cold, and then just have it hit my chest and my face for like 20 seconds.
It's brutal. Yeah, it's brutal. Especially when you do it for the first time, you're like, oh, it's like doesn't even seem that bad. It's just like cold water. Yeah. And then
you can't breathe. It's like.
And then your balls shrink and your dick shrinks, and it's just like, dude.
You're just a shriveled up little shrimp inside.
And then it just feels like your whole body goes into. It literally does go into fight or flight.
It feels like you go into shock for like
you kind of do because your body is like trying super hard, and your heart and your brain has to try and be like, oh, we're in danger. We gotta like warm up. So then that's why it's so good for you, because your body starts pumping so much more blood to all the area, like all your limbs and stuff, because it's like cold. Obviously, it has to warm you up. So it raises your core temperature like so much throughout the day, which
cold showers are not great. They're not for the weak.
Yeah, I think starting out, what I did was I started doing like a normal shower, and then at the end I would turn it like halfway to cold for like the last minute or 30 seconds, and then get out.
Yeah.
So then it's like not that different. By the time you're like, oh my gosh, I'm cold, it's almost already over.
Yeah, you get out.
And then I would start to just like I would just stand there and just like turn the dial at like 1 millimeter per second, and then so you don't even really notice until it's freezing.
Yeah.
But
although after lifting, like at night, I do take like warm showers.
yeah, no, warm showers at night are great because that lowers your core body temperature.
Yeah,
so
it relaxes you.
It primes your body. It releases melatonin. It primes your body to sleep. So warm showers at night are the best, and cold showers in the morning are probably better.
Yeah.
But honestly, you can be
There's not that
fine
big of a
with
difference,
like
but like it's just
depends on the person. It depends on the person because some people are huge advocates of it. And then ice baths.
I've never taken an ice bath before.
I love ice baths personally because with the shower, I feel like it's not that effective unless you get your head under. Like if you just put the cold shower like on your back, it's like
that's why I like to put it on my chest.
But to really get that full
ice bath
experience,
like everything, like every body part is just covered in freezing.
So I was doing ice baths, like you said, you get like a tolerance to them. So during track, if I had a super hard practice, or if I was just like really sore and I had a meet the next day, or usually 2 days before, what I would do, since at my school, University of Northern Colorado, we had a facility where we had like a big ice bath.
It smells like cow shit down there.
Sometimes. Anyway, people always say that, but it's like not that often. Anyway, there's an ice bath in our athletic training room. So me and a couple of the other guys, shout out JMO, I was just talking to him on the live stream. But me and him sometimes and like a bunch of other guys would just go in the ice bath after practice for like, a lot of other people would do like 5, 8, 10 minutes, but the best is to do like 12 to 15. And so I would literally I would usually just go up to my waist, so I would just get like my entire lower half, like my legs, my hips, glutes, calves, Achilles, everything like that in the ice bath, and that really helped with soreness. That also makes you feel like more alert. If you have like an afternoon practice and you're kind of tired, it can definitely get you
right.
Definitely get you more, like, just be more wakeful.
I definitely wish I took like more ice baths like while I played basketball.
Yeah. They're not as bad as a cold shower because, like I said, your head's not in unless you like dunk under.
Yeah.
But you really can just like put your body in. You can like literally just go like this and get under. I don't think ice baths are as bad, but some other people might say different. I think that's just because I did them way more.
I gotta take them for my opinion, but I haven't taken ice baths. So.
But I did like 1 or 2 per week all in season. So, and I didn't really have a problem with it. The water was like 35 to 45 degrees, so pretty freaking cold. But because it had like jets and stuff too, so the water's like moving around. If you sit still, you build like a warm pocket around you, like around your skin, so it doesn't feel as bad. So you have to like move around in the water or have jets. But yeah, no, I think ice baths are great for recovery, especially if you have like a super hard leg day. But one thing with ice baths is they reduce the inflammation. So if you do a super hard workout and you're trying to get an adaptation from the workout, like a muscular or like just like you're trying to actually like build up. So say you do like a super hard like sprint workout and you're trying to get faster. If you do an ice bath that day, you're getting less of the effects than you would if you took like a warm bath or didn't do that because you're reducing the inflammation from the exercise. I'm not like a doctor, so I don't understand all the science behind that, but I've done some research on it just when I was taking ice baths for track. I would only do them for recovery, like to decrease soreness after like a pre-meet day before a meet or 2 days before a meet, never after a super hard workout. I would always do either a hot bath, a hot shower, or just nothing, or like compression boots, because the ice bath will reduce the amount of actual gains you got from your workout if you do it like right after a workout.
Compression boots go crazy.
So ice baths are way better for recovery if you didn't do a super hard stimulus that day. They're better for like preparing for your next workout than they are for like actually getting those adaptations. So I would say don't do it after a super hard workout, but if you had like a day off and then you want to just feel recovered for the next day, then that's the point where now I would use an ice bath. But yeah, we kind of talked about that for a while.
Yeah.
Next one comes from Eli. Shout out to Eli. Another state champ on the
love this question.
The high school. Says, why is Connor so small?
I don't know. I'm just the tiniest human alive. Like
I would say I don't know. You might be bigger than Eli, bro. So I don't know.
Oh,
Eli, you need to get your
Shout
weight
out
up,
to Eli,
bro.
Get your bench up, buddy.
We need you to get in the gym, man. Where's Eli going to school?
Air Force. He's playing basketball. Air Force.
Oh, that's sick. Shout out Eli.
Shout
we
out
love
to
you, bro.
Eli.
All right. Another question. Eating habits / balancing lifting and track. So we'll go into eating habits first. I'll let you talk about what your diet's like right now. I know you're bulking, not like a dirty bulk, but you're doing like...
It's not a dirty bulk, but like, it's not like a normal bulk. Like, I just eat what I eat. Like, I just eat what my mom cooks me, what's in our pantry. Like, Rice Krispie treats are clutch. They come in clutch.
I think summer is better because if you're in college...
I would say, like, if you're just getting into lifting, like, you shouldn't want to cut. Like
you should either
maintain or want to bulk for like your first 2 to 3 years of lifting.
At least lean bulk. Like, I don't think
to gain, like, put on muscle.
If you're a leaner guy and you already have visible abs, you need to either lean bulk and like go until you just like maintain your abs but put on muscle. You don't need a dirty bulk.
Like me, I put on
you're just gonna get fat.
I put on 30 pounds and I still have abs. So
yeah,
I still need
your leanness didn't change.
Yeah.
Like you got probably a little bit of body fat, but you still look just as ripped because you had so much more muscle than you did before. So I would say if you're starting out, lean bulk for the first like at least year or two until you like learn more about your body, how food affects you,
how fitness works.
Calculate your maintenance calories. Just go in a small surplus, and you can honestly eat in maintenance and just main gain. Like you can put on muscle while eating what you'd normally be eating. As I think the training is honestly more important when you're first starting out, and then nutrition becomes more important as you go along. Because it gets harder to make gains as you go along, so you have to be a lot more dialed in with like your protein intake and stuff like that. Yeah. So run me through like while you're home for summer, run me through like a full day of eating on a lean bulk or whatever you want.
Full day of eating would be wake up like 9 or 10. My main breakfast that I've been eating like probably like a lot throughout the summer would be 6 eggs, fried or scrambled, it don't matter. 2 packets of protein oatmeal, Kodiak protein oatmeal. That shit's gas. Don't get birthday cake though. That shit's mid as shit.
That sounds disgusting.
It's terrible. It sounded good, and I opened the packet. I was like, "Yo, this shit smells gas." And then I cooked it. I'm like, "Bro, this is so mid."
Probably too like sweet.
But yeah, and then
so, 15 do you know how many calories that is?
I don't know how many calories it is, but it's 67 grams of protein like every morning.
Okay, so that's a pretty good start to the day.
It's a good start to the day. Like 2 packets of oatmeal, 6 eggs, and then protein yogurt, and then like a banana or something.
Yeah.
So and then I would go lift. Usually I'd go lift in the mornings. I try to lift every morning, but if I can't, I just go at night.
Like early afternoon?
Like early afternoon, yeah. And then come home, either eat like leftovers in our fridge, whatever my mom cooked the night before, or make like a little sandwich with like 12 pieces of ham. Like,
jeez.
Thick sandwich with...
Your parents,
I think it has like
30, 40 grams
of
they gotta
protein.
Buy so much lunch.
Yeah, my parents low-key like get mad
and
at
eggs.
Me from eating. Yeah. I go through eggs.
So you go a dozen every 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But we don't get a dozen eggs. We get like the 18.
Okay.
18 cards, 2 packets of those.
Yeah, I'm doing like
I blow
3. I'm doing 3 eggs and then I make like a smoothie with a bunch of vegetables and I think
I definitely want to try smoothies more.
Yeah, I should sauce you my recipe. It's also pretty like cheap because you can get a 3-pound bag of like blueberries and that'll last you like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I just use like a little magic bullet like small blender thing.
But yeah, my brother be eating eggs for breakfast too. So like eggs in our household they're gone.
I'm not trying to like bulk. I'm just trying to main gain and like put on a little muscle, but also like stay lean for track, obviously. So I'm not bulking as seriously, but I do like 3 eggs, so like half that, and I probably just barely getting enough protein to like meet my body weight. So then for dinner, you guys
my mom just usually cooks whatever. I eat that. I eat like 2 servings of that. Go back for seconds.
And that's usually like a pretty good meal, like protein dense.
And then at like 11, I'll come upstairs, either eat more leftovers or try to like cook something like mac and cheese, and my dad will just get pressed at me. I'm like, bro, like go to bed. Like he always complains that he wants his peace and quiet. He's like, dude, 11 to 12 is like my peace and quiet in the living room. I'm like, bro, like. You have a bed, like, you can just go sleep in there, like, you don't own the kitchen.
Well, he does.
Like, that comes with, he does, like, it's his house.
He does own the kitchen, it's crazy.
It's his house, respectfully, but, like, you can't sleep in a chair and not expect someone to, like, use the kitchen, bro. Like, your reward comes with the risk, like.
That's funny.
But yeah, I get screamed at for that. And then I'm trying to start, like, after breakfast, have a protein shake. And then before I go to bed, protein shake. Like, usually, right now, I'm drinking 1 protein shake a day. And it's right before I go to bed. Which is probably not a good
Drink it after your workout, man.
I should drink it after my workout. But yeah. I just...
Honestly, if
leftovers, protein shake, bed.
Here's another one for you. If you guys have a Costco membership, I don't know if you do, but there's these Kirkland protein bars that I've been a heavy advocate for years now. I've like made a lot of gains off them. So it's like a box of like 20, and there's 10 flavors of one, 10 flavors of another. They're like 200 calories, like 170 to 200 depending on the flavor.
That's a cheat code.
21 grams of protein. So it's like you could use it as a cutting bar, but you could also use it for like your nighttime snack. That's another 20 grams of protein. They're so good. Like they don't taste amazing, but
they get the job done.
They're like this big. You get 20 in a pack, and they're not crazy expensive either, as far as I'm concerned. But
I do be eating like 10 Rice Krispie treats a day, low key.
That's wild. That might be a little bit.
That might be a little too much. Like, but 2 before I lift, 2 after I lift, and then just a couple throughout the day.
That's probably why you're always carved up at the gym. This dude's veins are insane. He's just always at the craziest pump. Yeah, we kind of got off the topic of the pre-workout, but you take pre how often? Maybe like
probably like once every 3-4 weeks.
Wow.
Not even like.
Okay. So yeah,
I've tried it. Like I just don't really see a difference. Like when I take pre versus when I don't take pre. Like
probably
I'm still
focused. Trash pre, bro.
Yeah, I took. Yeah.
Would you take like Total War or something?
Not to Ghost. It was it tastes good. Ghost Sonic Ocean Water.
Yeah.
That shit was fire. But
Ghost has really good flavors.
I always get like a stomach ache like mid-workout, and it was just like...
Yeah, it's probably the ingredients in there. Ghost and a lot of other companies like that, like they have good flavors, but it's so bad because they use so many artificial sweeteners and artificial colors to make it taste like
Gorilla
that.
should make an ocean water. Like, that shit is like gas
flavor. I mean,
flavor.
they have a lot of flavors, like good flavor. What kind of flavor is that? Like, what's
it's a drink from Sonic.
Well, is it like,
it's like coconut
blue raspberry?
It's like blue coconut water. It's fire.
Yeah.
Go get ocean water from Sonic. It's like Sprite, coconut water, blue shit. I don't know, but it's
probably like 100 grams.
Y'all know what ocean water is from Sonic.
Anyway, yeah, like Ghost and that, like those kind of companies, they have really good like flavors because that's like their marketing. That's like super colorful, like super good flavors. The collabs are crazy, like Sour Patch and like Swedish Fish and all that. But the ingredients are just so like much worse for your actual workouts because they're cheaper.
Yeah.
So that's just why I like Gorilla way more. But I've talked about that a lot, so we won't talk about that right now. Balancing lifting and track. So this is a question for me, I guess. Balancing lifting and track. I would say during the summer, I'm always more heavy on the lifting because it's my off season for the track. Yeah. So the way I see it is I lift for fun in the summer, especially at the beginning. I lift for fun for a couple weeks, and then I don't do a bodybuilding split. I do a track split. So I do legs or lower body 3 days a week. 2 of the days are like explosive days, and then 1 of the days is more like hypertrophy focused, like bodybuilding style, you could say. But I have like plyometrics, med ball stuff, abs is all incorporated into those days.
I need to start hitting abs on my leg days.
My program is 3 days a week lower body. So Monday is usually a posterior chain, like hamstring, glute focus day, Achilles, like a lot of plyos. And then Wednesday or Thursday, it kind of depends on the week and how I'm feeling with like soreness wise. That day is anterior chain, so like that's what I did yesterday, which is way more quad focused, tibialis, a little bit of plyos, but just a lot of explosion type stuff. And then Saturday is my last leg day, and that is also a lot more hamstring, glute focused, anterior chain, a lot more like knee flexion, vertical jump type exercises. So that's the main focus of my lifting program right now during the summer. And then I do 2 days a week of upper body. I'm focusing mainly on back because that's very important in sprinting. As if you are not aware, it's kind of a more obscure thing. Like I didn't know how important it was until I went more into the research, but your lats and especially like your low back is really important for stabilizing your trunk when you're sprinting, like not going side to side, so it conserves more energy. Because it's a part of your like core, like your core and your back keep your trunk stable. So focusing like on back a lot, and that's like also a weak point in my physique, like bodybuilding wise, you could say. And then I also just do chest and shoulders a lot more. Don't really train arms that much, maybe like once every 2 weeks.
Right, you don't need to train arms, but you're blessed with
thanks, man.
bicep genetics.
But yeah, no, so I lift upper body, I lift mainly for fun and just like to keep building my physique, get stronger, and just more aesthetic overall. I like getting stronger too, like I'm on a bench program, but yeah, balancing lifting and track isn't that hard because I don't take the gym as seriously as I used to in terms of a bodybuilding context. I will step on stage eventually once I'm done with my track career, but that's a couple of years down the line at least. And I think I have good enough genetics to where during the track season, even lifting like 2-3 days a week, I can preserve a lot of muscle. Because I took 9 months off of essentially lifting upper body. We would do like a couple exercises during the week, but mostly I was literally just doing this. So that's like hitting my shoulders a little, but I preserved pretty much all my muscle. I just lost a ton of strength on like bodybuilding exercises, but it comes back pretty quick. So yeah, I lift for fun, and then the track workouts I take a lot more seriously. I feel like that's like my day job, and then bodybuilding is like my side hustle. That's kind of how I think of it, if you like understand that analogy. But yeah, so balancing lifting and track is not crazy hard, but yeah, I would say, and then track right now I'm doing like 3 workouts a week, 3 to 4 workouts a week, just building back up to where I was or where I want to be essentially going into the next season. I have a super long off season because I won't be having any meets until December at the earliest, so a long time to build a base phase. Right now,
time to get right.
Yeah, right now I'm really just trying to get strong in the gym, and then as I progress throughout the off season, it'll get further and further away from being strong in the gym to being fast on the track, and then everything in between that is a whole program, a whole progression, but I won't bore you guys getting into all that stuff. But yeah, that was a good question, so thanks Eli for asking that. So that is all the questions we got. We didn't get a ton from the Instagram story. My account was a lot smaller when I posted that story. It was like a couple weeks ago. Because he got his wisdom tooth out, so we've been like wanting to do this pod for a while.
Yeah, I was not last week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we could get into that we want to talk about. What are your goals with your fitness account? Because
I definitely need to like grow it. I want to get to like probably 5,000 followers. Like I'd be happy with that. But that's a long ways away.
So why do you want to grow that, and then how do you see yourself, like what kind of content do you see yourself making to get there, and then like once you're there, what kind of content do you see yourself making? Just like what's your, because I know like not everyone's super serious. Some people just make a lifting account like for fun.
I just do it mainly for fun. Like I just want to get myself like out there just to be like seen.
Yeah, just like market yourself.
Yeah.
Just like grow like an audience.
Yeah, grow a little audience, maybe inspire a couple people here.
Yeah, that's really what it's about. Like for me, just like educating and inspiring, motivating, entertaining people.
Yeah, but mainly right now it's just like for fun. Like I just post my progress on there.
Yeah. So. What content do you see yourself like making in the future? Would you ever want to start like a YouTube channel or anything like that?
No, I'm definitely gonna save up for a camera, like in the next year or so.
Yeah.
I'm a good editor. Like you can follow my other account too, Visuals by CJ on Instagram.
Been a little inactive on there.
I've been very inactive. I gotta start that grind back up.
I can give you some track footage to whip me up a cool edit or something.
I got you, bro.
Or a lifting edit. That'd be sick.
Yeah, go check out Visuals by CJ on Instagram. I'm good with the edits. I just need a camera now to get like my own footage.
Yeah. So. Do you have anything you want to do with that, like goal wise, or like in the future, or is that also just like for fun?
It's for fun right now, but in the future, like I'm majoring in integrated media and communications, and then getting a certificate in sports and culture. So eventually, I want to be like a videographer for like a pro NFL team, NBA team, etc.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
And just be like help with the edits for that. So,
yeah, that's a cool job. You see those like
that's
crazy,
like
in a commercial.
That's my true passion. I've been editing for like a couple of years now. Like that's my true passion.
Yeah, you have some pretty good edits that have like popped off.
I've got a couple that have popped off.
Some like Jason Tatum,
numbers,
like reels and stuff. He just makes usually like NBA, like right, like mainly
NBA.
NBA
It's like
and
mainly
college.
sports. Yeah, it's mainly sports edits.
So he'll take like a couple clips that have been like already shot just because he doesn't film anything right now, and like you don't have access obviously to like film these.
I'm
huge
just
games.
I'm just a mobile editor right now. Like I don't even use Adobe yet,
Like,
which I need to get. I'm trying to get a lot better with Adobe products.
Yeah, but you gotta like, start somewhere too. Like
for a phone editing system, like I'd say that's like really good.
Yeah, your edits are pretty good. We definitely gotta like collab on some stuff. That'd be cool, and I can like promote your stuff, get your like name out there, and then you can make me sick edits.
Like I've had the best thing that I've had happen in that account was Jalen Green on the Houston Rockets like reposted my video on his story. So.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's big. That's you getting recognition from like the dude you were.
Yeah, I have a couple NBA players that follow me too. So.
Sheesh. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
And you can definitely take that. Like you never know where that could lead. Like a connection
you never know.
You could make.
One connection could lead to.
You could literally be making these videos for free for like years, and then all of a sudden, a team hits you up and they're like, "We want to do like a real promo with you.
Yeah, and
here's $1,000, and then like you get your jump start from there." That's like kind of what you got to do. That's why I post content. I post on all these different types of avenues, and like I have the podcast, I have my track account, I have my YouTube for track, I have my fitness account, and I have my main account.
Yeah.
And then I have some other like small businesses and things I'm like looking to start, but I think diversifying is super important. You don't want to spread yourself so thin that you can't keep up with any of it. But right now I feel like I have a good balance. And I'm like really especially focusing on growing this fitness account, and it's going pretty well because I'm like putting a lot of focus into it.
Literally just made this fitness account like probably like a month or two ago.
It's called @Birds Training.
It's already at like 1,300 followers.
It's at like 1,200 followers, but I'm gonna be starting to post like a reel every single day. I might make a TikTok to complement it, but it's really just to, like you said, get my name out there, get my personal brand out there, because I feel like I have a lot of, not like wisdom because I'm not like that wise, you could say, but I have a lot of knowledge as like a 19-year-old hybrid athlete.
Definitely
I guess you could say.
way more than the average 19-year-old.
Thanks, Brad. But just trying to like spread as much information as I have, because I learned a lot at a young age just through like researching and following people that are successful within bodybuilding, and I think I have a lot to give and a lot to entertain people with, and just like my story, because it's kind of unique, just what I've done with like being a D1 athlete, but also being so into lifting and like bodybuilding, but trying to balance that it's just kind of weird, but I really wanted to do. I had an old fitness account. I've talked about it. Will Big Man.
Big Man.
That was kind of like
that
a meme.
Used to be his lifting account. Now it's his track account.
Yeah, I switched that to my track account. But yeah, so I started this new one just because I wanted to have both, so that I don't have to feel like I'm confined to only post track on that account. I want to be able to have an outlet where I can post my passion for fitness, like my physique updates, educational reels, things like that. And then I have mainly my YouTube channel for track. That's like really where I'm going hard. I'm doing like 2 videos a week. I committed to it now, at least for the rest of the summer. So the next like 2 months I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week. I just posted my second one yesterday on Will Bergman track, and the channel's doing pretty well right now. I should hit 1,000 subscribers today actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's doing really well. And then my other main focus is this fitness Instagram that I just started. I really want to reach more people, build a lot of connections in the space, and then hopefully grow enough to where I can monetize it and then like reach even more people. But yeah, it's going pretty well so far. But
you gotta teach me your ways.
I gotta give you a little social media masterclass sometime. I'm not an expert, but I figured out like some things that work really well, and I just like know how to like, interact. I just know how to interact with my audience, I guess you could say. I'm trying to think of any questions that were asked in the live. Someone else asked, like, how do you balance lifting and track? But I already answered that in pretty...
That was probably, like, the best question.
Pretty big detail. Yeah, that was a good one. I like the cold showers and the ice baths. Questions as well.
And then why am I so small? Like, I'm just small. Like...
Yeah. Not that small, but... Yeah, you'll get there. Everyone starts somewhere, man.
Yeah.
But, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything fitness related, non-fitness related? Any questions you want to ask me before we sign off? We can keep going for a little bit longer.
Not at the moment. We can keep going, but not at the moment.
You have any questions for me about like fitness or anything you I want to talk about. Some people asked about creatine before. Keep that thought in the back of your head though. For
Creatine?
no, asking me any questions you want me to talk about. But someone asked about creatine, or like 2 or 3 people asked about creatine. Someone asked, will it give you kidney stones?
There's a very low chance for that.
I'm not an expert, but as far as I know, creatine. Well, I do know that creatine is the most researched natural supplement over the last decade. Like literally of anything. So it is extremely safe. Nothing's gonna happen to you unless you're mega dosing it every day for like a long period of time.
5 grams a day, 1 scoop.
If you don't see any effects with 5 grams and you weigh above 200 pounds, or you're just like a really big guy, I would say you can go up to like 7 or 10 grams a day. But you don't need to do any kind of loading phase. You can if you want, but that's just gonna be more expensive. The best place to buy creatine is on Amazon, NutriCost. You can get a 100 serving tub for like $20 right now. Yeah. And that's going to last you at least 3 months. Creatine's also in the Gorilla Mind pre-workouts, like it's in Gorilla Mode and Gorilla Mode Nitric, 2.5 grams a scoop. So that's usually where I get my creatine from, just like because it's already in the pre. And then they also have separate creatine in capsules and powder form. But it's just a lot more like cost efficient to get it from NutriCost. Yeah. But I use Gorilla Creatine now, but for people on a budget, NutriCost is definitely the way to go, just on Amazon. But yeah, no, creatine, every single person, whether you're starting out lifter, veteran lifter, you don't need creatine. You don't need any supplements. You don't need any supplements because like this guy takes like what 3-4 supplements, and I take like probably 20. So you don't need. You can get results on no supplements. You can get results with 2 supplements. You can get results with 100 supplements. It really varies on what works for you. Experiment, but creatine, you don't need it. But if you have the money to spend on it,
definitely like helps.
And you want to try it, it definitely helps. It'll add a little bit of strength to your lifts, like your bench, squat, deadlift. If you are into that, that'll go up a little bit. It'll probably go up by like, I don't know, 10 pounds over like a month or 2.
10-20 pounds, yeah.
And then you might be a little bit more full. You're going to hold on to a little bit.
You'll gain some water weight.
Yeah, you're going to hold on to a little bit of water in your muscles, so you'll look a little bit more full.
That's also a big thing.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of water.
But yeah, 5 grams a day is literally all you need. Creatine's one of the most researched supplements, like the most natural supplements. And yeah, all the things of saying about it's bad for your liver, it's bad for your kidney, those are mostly myths. Yeah, there's pretty much no evidence to suggest that it's dangerous for you in low doses. So
if you ask your mom for creatine and she flips out and thinks you're taking steroids, like
just bring her a couple research studies, make a little PowerPoint. I've done things like this in the past. I had to convince my parents that supplements were not steroids.
Just tell her straight up, like, Mom, you're a dumbass. Like,
no, don't say that.
This is a natural supplement, the most natural thing you could take.
That was satire. Do not say that to me.
Also, if you ask her for trend, like, and she thinks it's steroids, like,
tell her it's not.
Tell her, like, again, like, you're a dumbass. Like,
Bro's a troll. Bro's such a troll. No, but yeah, creatine, I would recommend it for pretty much everybody if you have the budget for it. There's literally no side effects to it that I've found. It's good for brain health, muscle growth, strength, all that kind of stuff. So no, I don't think you'll get kidney stones, but I'll look more into that in more depth. Anything else you want to go into before my dog's like coming over here?
No.
Anything else you want to go into?
That was a joke, by the way. Respect to all moms. I love all moms. Treat your mom with
respect. Also, trend. Don't take trend.
Don't take trend.
That was satire.
Yeah, that was very satire.
Creatine, we hit that. I think that's pretty much going to do it for today. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Episode 4 of Mindset Mastery. Thank you, Connor, for being on.
Thank you
for having me. We had a pretty good conversation. You'll definitely be back for a part 2 with Dawson.
Part 2 with Dawson. All 3 of us.
And we'll get into some other topics. We will try to not go over any of the same things again. But yeah, any future topics for new episodes, Dawson's going to be down in Monument, so we're going to be in our other studio. This is a little bit of a makeshift setup for today. But we're going to have our mics back. We're going to have 3 mics, and then we have a huge guest coming on next week. So stay tuned for the next pod that comes back after this. We have a huge guest with over 150,000 followers on Instagram who's flying out to Colorado to be on an episode. And I'm also filming a YouTube video with him. It's going to be pretty crazy, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.